In the Field updates on Market Journal are supported by the Nebraska Corn Board. Finally today, we'll head back out to last week's Scow Field Day, where we discuss some of the benefits of fertigation and how a company called Sentinel Fertigation is leading the way. We introduced you to them, I think, last year. Market Journal's Mike Straw brings us this story from the Scow Field Day.
University of Nebraska-Lincoln researchers have studied the prospects for using sensor-based fertigation management to increase the efficiency and profitability of nitrogen use. Results show that the technology enables major gains in both regards.
Yeah, well, when we're looking at optimum nitrogen management in corn, timing is one of the most key factors that we're trying to focus on. And really to do that, one of the main things we're looking at is using the corn plant itself to tell us when it needs nitrogen. And we can do that through sensing technologies. And so for the past 5 years, we've been researching and developing a new tool to manage that. And what we've seen is incredible reductions in nitrogen amounts necessary to grow that corn crop. So we've been able to reduce on average 40 to 50 pounds of nitrogen per acre, essentially with little or no yield loss. So the potential for profit increase there is huge. Managing our nitrogen better is a goal that we all need to really strive for, and using these type of sensing technologies, in particular with fertigation, to be able to apply that when we want to. I think those are really key factors in the success of this program so far. Currently, or at least the last point of development, we're placing blocks out in the field with areas that are a little bit stressed with nitrogen and areas that are a little bit more sufficient in terms of nitrogen, a little bit over applied. And really just monitoring the difference between those areas of the field throughout the year to tell us, again, we can detect early when that corn's going to be stressed, and we can also see what a sufficient area looks like, so we can use that information. And we've proven that over, I think, 40 to 50 sites now over the past 5 years. It can be a really effective way of not just managing stress, but actually having a window, maybe a week-long window into the future of what that stress is going to look like, and that's what allows us to react, with the pivot applied nitrogen.
On-farm test sites show that sensor approach produced greater efficiency in nitrogen use than did conventional management, producing about 44 pounds more grain per pound of nitrogen than did the grower's traditional method.
We do residual nitrate sampling in these fields. Areas where we use this sensing technology compared to areas that haven't had that, again, profitability is positive, on average $25+ per acre. When you look at the residual nitrate in those sectors, we've been below 6 parts per million in the top 2 feet in the areas where we've done the sensor-based technology. In the areas where we haven't, it's been greater than 11 or 12 parts per million. So over time, the hope is that we can manage this effectively, increase or maintain profitability where we're at today, and reduce the groundwater levels of nitrate over time. The key part of it is if someone's already fertigating. We know that more and more people are interested in fertigation just from visits with the natural resource districts. I think that's the key step there. We would like to see more people shift just to an in-season approach. And when I say in-season, I'm usually talking V6, V8 or later. But for people that are already fertigating, it's a pretty easy, it's a software-based system that's been commercialized by Sentinel Fertigation. And there's a lot of easy interoperability between that platform, as I understand it, and what growers need, to make those decisions. There can be, when the software was initially built, there can be automatic connection to the pivot through telemetry, or it could be as simple as just going out and turning a pump on, if you don't want to invest in one of the high-dollar systems. So I think, there's a range of adoption levels there that people can get into. And again, the ROI, what we've seen consistently now over 4 or 5 years, has been, at least $25 per acre profitability potential there. So when you look at a lot of other options out there for nitrogen management, you really don't see that.
Sensor-based fertigation management allows the farmer to take advantage of all sources of nitrogen, not just having to rely on nitrogen products such as urea, ammonium nitrate, or anhydrous.
We have The growers were really our only comparison. So all the sites, we would compare our sensor-based method versus what the growers were currently doing. And it's extremely rare to see a technology or a product or a system. Every field we worked in, we were able to increase nitrogen use efficiency compared to the current method that the growers are using for making their decisions. So over the course of 40 or 50 fields, all the way back to 2018, 2019, it's been the most effective way of managing nitrogen when we look at fertilizer applications. All the way down to our averages. So this is where it gets interesting. We're averaging about 0.58 pounds of nitrogen per bushel grown. And if you talk to where growers are at, some are still up around 1 pound. I mean, these are significant reductions, and again, we're improving profitability when we do it. So I've not seen another system that can make that statement, that 100% of the time it's improving nitrogen use efficiency, even with some of the other technologies we've used.
This type of sensor-based fertigation technology has the potential for future adoption in Nebraska agriculture. With the major increase in nitrogen use efficiency the technology enables, Nebraska farmers can minimize over-application. Reporting for Market Journal, I'm Mike Straub.